So this here that I'm taking out of the coop this fall right now, this will look like this come next year. This right here is all composted coop litter that has been stirred and stirred and stirred. Hey folks, welcome back. I have been dealing with compost, and more compost. So I know my compost videos, they don't grab attention. And for those folks who do watch the compost videos, I'm sure that's the same thing over and over again. But this is the way life is here. If I want to grow something, I need compost, and I need to make compost because this is all raw ground, and this was all stripped of topsoil years ago. So in order to have a garden, I needed to make my soil. I got birds. Then I got into making large quantities of compost. So that's just the way it is. So if you watch these compost videos, thank you very much. So it's an understatement to say that for those of us who like to grow a lot of our own food, raise a lot of our own food, live kind of like the basic life, if you have a garden, if you have animals, and you burn firewood, it's a really busy time of year for most of us. We're all in a crunch. I haven't been on the internet hardly at all because I'm just trying to get stuff done. So, and I know a lot of you are as well. I have noticed that a lot of homesteading channels have slowed way down on their content because they're in the same spot I am, trying to beat the freeze, right? So most of my days here are spent outside. And I was going to do this video this summer, but I didn't. I've got a list of videos that I'd like to make. But you know, I spend a lot of my time outside. And when I go into a building or someone's home or at work, this summer, a lot of times, it was cooler outside than it was inside. And here they are, they're having the air conditioner run. It just recycles. Instead of opening the windows at night and letting that cool, fresh air in, they're keeping the windows closed and running the AC. I believe in good quality fresh air. You get a lot of nice fresh air out in the woods, in the country. You really do, folks, comparatively. Now, turning compost and cleaning the coop out, because I do it in the fall and I do it in the spring, and all that gets turned into compost. Now, when you clean that out, when you have ducks and geese, that is still fresh air, but it doesn't smell good at all, folks. But after you stop stirring it up and the coop litter gets out in fresh air, it just kind of dissipates, right? And it's all gone when the compost is completed. That's one of the ways you can tell if a compost is finished. It'll smell like dirt. So I haven't abandoned you, folks. I try to put out a little bit of this and a little bit of that. But yesterday's video, folks, I just kept repeating myself, and I apologize. I would do a little bit, record, put the phone in my pocket, do a little bit more, get the phone out of my pocket, and it was just, I forgot where I forgot what I had said, and I just kept repeating myself. And when I went to go put the video up, I'm like, I think I repeated myself, but I'm just too tired to go back to see if I had said that. And some of those times I said it 2 or 3 times. But when I go in, I crash. I try not to sit down in my recliner because every single time I do, I fall asleep. That is the most comfortable recliner. And I'm coming out. It's pretty cool today. And then I go into a nice warm house. And even if I sit like right now, all the bending and twisting and lifting, my knees hurt. Both my knees hurt, not just one more than the other. They hurt about as equal today. But the coop is all cleaned out and that's ready for winter. So about the only thing that stops my knees from aching is to sit down in my recliner and recline back just a little bit. Basically what I do is lift my feet up, and that helps an awful lot. I try not to take any aspirin, ibuprofen, Tylenol. I try not to take any of that. I try to just relax, and if my knees hurt, then I'll do something with the upper body that needs to be done. And when that starts hurting and my knees feel better, I'll do just the opposite. That's just the way it is. I'm almost 60, and I have worn my body out because of the hard physical labor that is required with this lifestyle. So, but either way, I'm choosing this lifestyle, and I'll live it the way I'm going for as long as I can. And I can see myself starting to do things a little bit easier. Instead of putting a 50-pound bag of grain on my shoulder and walking it from where I park my vehicle beside the house all the way through the outside run and into, let's say, the coop. Now, I used to do that. It didn't bother me a bit. Now what I do is I put it in my little wagon, and then I wheel it up. I roll it into the wagon, then I roll the wagon up to where I'm going to put the grain. I've got 2 or 3 places where I put grain. And then I only have to carry it maybe 5 feet. So it's little things like that I am changing a little bit. And maybe at almost 60, maybe I'm learning to work smarter and not harder. But the body is forcing me to do that. Otherwise, I think I'd still be carrying 50-pound bags on my shoulder for a ways. But anyway, I'm going to go in, tend to my stove. Just wanted to let you know that I'm still alive. Be good. Bye-bye.